the Tavern of the Vineyards, and we were there to try and scope out some information. Let's see. Varlin got high and tried to perform, and it was wonderful. Let's see. Leolar tried to talk to a funky wizard that is living in the tavern inn,
and he was assisted by a pirate maid.
He was assisted by pirate Father Slickfoot. That didn't go so well. And then let's see, Gorby played a little game of cards with a shady-looking fellow inside the tavern, and learned some new skills. And Gorbin is now level 4. From there, let's see, we finished off the night, got up the next morning, and we decided to try and go have a talk with Master Quintus. And who would like to pick up from there?
Well, before we go there, I did have a little event happen to me during the evening while we were sleeping.
That's right. Talk about that.
To have a really cool LSD-induced dream, seemed like. Talk to somebody who seemed to know a lot about a lot of things, especially me and the type of magic I use. And I was able to impart some wisdom from him and gain a level myself. So now I am level 4 as well. And it was that way. Yeah, we got up and then we headed on over to try to talk to Master Quintus. Everything seemed to be going pretty well, except that he wasn't there. So we decided, in our wisdom, to maybe kind of sneak in and see if maybe he was hurt. We were worried that he was hurt or in danger or something in his room. So we decided to take upon ourselves as good people that we are to kind of break in and see what we could find out. And we had a little trouble breaking in, but we were able to eventually do that with a small modicum bit of damage, taking me to 1 health and hurting everybody. But once we got in, we were able to kind of look around and see that he wasn't in trouble, and we figured while we were there, we would try to learn a little bit more about Master Quintus. Noticing that the room was different than the last time we were in here. We still don't know exactly how or why, but we figured it was something magical related. So we noticed that there was a fish tank with a lot of fish in it. One glowing fish, if I remember right. That Leitero decided to have a little chat with. And how did that chat go?
You know what? He's kind of a dick, actually. Yeah, he's kind of a dick, but he swims in a tank all day, and I get to adventure and shit. So fuck him. I'm coming out the bigger man. So yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and shit talk him the whole time. Just gonna move on. But yeah, he told us about the disintegration spell on the desk, so he wasn't totally awful.
Yeah, he was a pretty cool guy. Ralph the goldfish.
The mage fish.
Mm-hmm.
And his buddy.
Oh yeah, god damn it, I can't remember his buddy's name.
Oh, was it Barry? I think it was Barry.
I think it was Barry. Yeah, there might have been some fish cest going on there. Some homoerotic fish stuff, I can only assume and expand upon.
Who are we to judge love?
Yeah, agreed.
So we were able to get the desk open that had the disintegration spell on it safely.
And then we didn't take a single damn thing.
But we did get a look at it, which was good.
Decisions were made, okay?
In the heat of the moment, they were.
I was thinking about that too. I was like, why I was rewatching it, and I was like, why is everybody fucking talking during this fucking timed event? So I had like 15 seconds. I had 15 seconds to like actually look in there, and then I was like, "Oh, time's up."
Rummage through everything, like, nah, I'm good. Still, maybe Quintus will be lenient when he finds out that we flipped the fucking place, but didn't take anything.
That was exactly.
And then I touched that orb in the room.
And lost a pinky. Oh, what an idiot! Oh my god.
On his playing hand, on his oh man, you can't make.
Yeah, but you You don't really use the pinky for.
What? You use the pinky
What?
for everything?
I have to
Do you
switch
play
hands.
guitar?
He can't even do the shocker now. Like,
Pinky
seriously.
is literally like your second most important finger besides your first finger.
I thought you were gonna say thumb.
I mean,
I just gotta learn. To
you don't
switch
really need a
hands
thumb
now.
to play the guitar. You just
So-
kind of can rest it on the.
Oh, you're talking
So now,
primarily for playing instruments.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a thumb, then you're not human.
Mhm,
True.
mhm.
Though his intelligence also suggested that in the first place.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, right for the
I didn't
throat.
realize we,
We
were
haven't
starting the
even
fucking
started
roast
yet.
session already.
so,
You
so,
roll
he's-
for initiative.
so now he's like AC/DC. He can just play the 1, 4, 5 chords.
But yeah, so that's pretty much it. We had some shenanigans in Master Quintus's room, trying to find out if he's really a bad guy. Jury's still out on that. Not really sure if he's a bad guy or not.
It's kind
Any
So-
important people, places, things, or ideas that you've noted?
We had a few. We saw a painting that had a lot of good information in it about his past life and people he might be working with now.
Or his adventuring group that he was with at one time.
He's got a niece that he's trying to reconnect with or something, trying to write a letter to and can't. So, there's some
Could
family
be.
issues there. Quintus is now the main character in the story. We're just pawns.
Yeah,
We're
right.
just telling his story. We're the view to the audience.
Playing the straight man.
I mean, you're the ones that went deep diving into his past by breaking into his room and looking through his personal belongings.
Look, if you didn't want us in there, you shouldn't have made something glowing and shiny in there. That's all I'm going to say.
It's all your fault.
So, let's see. We
It's
also
like magpies.
we learned a little bit more about his dwarf friend who used to be part of his adventuring guy. We didn't get the dwarf's name. Ralph didn't know his name, right? Let me
I
check.
don't think he did.
I'm checking my notes, but I'm
Correct.
pretty sure
Ralph
we
did not know his name.
Yeah, okay. So we still got this mysterious dwarf. Other than that, I don't know. I think that's basically it. So what's happening right now is that we beat feet out of the manor, and we are now about to have a meeting with a sort of scummy-looking merchant guy. And I don't really know. I don't really know how we're gonna approach this guy, like what we're gonna talk about. So I'm hoping Latro has that covered.
Oh, don't worry. You guys know I'm the face of the party. Leave the talking to me, okay? I made the goddamn appointment with his secretary. I will handle this, okay?
And that's what I safely assumed. So yeah, that's where we're
Okay,
at right
then.
now.
If I remember correctly, it is the early afternoon still.
Oh, wait.
It's,
No,
it's-
it
it's
can't be
noon
afternoon.
exactly, yes.
Yeah, so
So
we should be on
about
our
to
way
be
to
early afternoon. Mhm.
Right. So we make our way towards the merchant in the. Well, I guess we don't. I think we don't know where he is, but we think he's in the inn. So we make our way to the inn to find him or ask where the fuck he be.
So, upon entering the inn, it's very empty, as you know, because it's the middle of the day and all the workers are out in the fields, as you would expect. Except for 2 people, well, 4 people technically, but one of them has guards, as you know. The merchant, who is eating his lunch quite happily at one of the tables.
Guy's always fucking eating.
That's a good way to
Why
be.
it goes there. And the other fellow is a stocky dwarf in armor who is sitting by the door and also eating lunch. He has a traveling pack next to him, so he's probably just passing through, if you had to guess.
Interesting.
All right.
How old is this? The dwarf here.
Yeah.
He's stocky, but he seems like normal, like anywhere between 20 and 40, how dwarves normally look.
Okay. So I approach the guy who is eating his lunch. I look for the for his secretary that I spoke with previously.
His guard, who doubles as his secretary, yes. He's standing next to him as he.
Okay, so I approach him. I'm like, "Hi there, sweetheart. We're here to talk to your guy."
Okay. I got your appointment right here. Yeah. go ahead.
All right,
He
excellent.
stands to the side.
So I walk up and I greet this merchant guy, and I'm like, "Hi there, how you doing?"
Oh, hello.
Oh, God,
man.
no! Oh God, no!
I put up like a finger. I'm like, one second, and I walk back to Varlin, and I'm like, I think you should take this one. He seems like your kind of guy.
Okay then.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, hello there.
Oh, hello.
So,
Yes,
what's your
you
name?
said you had business with me?
Yes, we've been investigating all the disappearances, and we would like to speak to you about it if you know anything.
Of course, of course. No, my time is short, so please, have a seat.
All right, sit down.
Just between you and me, I'm quite glad you sent the smelly one away.
He's not as bad as he looks.
It's
I'm
as
pretty
as he
bad,
smells,
actually.
Though.
You know, I try so. I'm doing this to myself. I'm like, I try so hard. It's just, anyway, so what was your name again? I did not catch it.
You can call me Lucius
Brad, you got to get closer to the mic or something.
Desire.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm quiet. Okay. Well, nice to meet you, Lucius. You can call me Varlin, but Varlin
no.
Nightjack.
Lucius, just one L.
Lucius.
Yes. A name
Lucius.
unaccustomed to the unrefined tongues of the lower classes.
Oh, he's got you there.
So, what do you know about these disappearances?
What disappearances?
So, people have been getting kidnapped, and me and my associates have found out that people have been getting kidnapped and having experiments tested on them, and we're trying to find out who these people are that are doing it, this nefarious act.
Yes, but how does that? I don't understand the
Okay, so
connection here
at
to
this
me.
point, I like shove Varlin's chair out of the fucking way. I'm like, look, we know you've been traveling up and down the road. You have to have seen things. Like, bandits are a big problem, huh? But not for you, huh? Just go wherever the fuck you want, huh? Big guy, huh?
Yes. I travel with quite a bit of security. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sure. Lots of people out there travel with security. That doesn't stop bandits from attacking them, though.
Maybe they don't hire the right people. People like you.
Well,
Yeah. That's to say, look, what business do you have exactly? What do you trade in, sir?
I am here to purchase 10 casks of wine to travel south, at which point I will sell them and then make my return trip north with different goods.
Uh-huh.
This is a trip I've made every year for 5 years now at this season.
Is that right?
Yes.
Well, that might be so, but
But
oh, sorry, it's just as I was saying, surely you've heard the talk of war coming up between the houses. Well, why would you risk traveling now?
because war is just as good for business as peace if you trade in the right goods.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing steel from the south will be quite a profitable venture indeed.
Is
What
that
does
right?
he
Bringing
wrings his hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I kind of like sliding close. I'm like, oh yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. Bringing steel to who exactly?
Anyone who can afford it, of course.
Mm-hmm. And yes, I imagine things are quite expensive. Only purchasable by certain houses and things of that nature.
Yes, those who are more how should I put this? Well refined receive my goods first, of course.
everybody's with us right now, right? Like we're all.
Yeah, like we're all standing around.
Okay.
Sort of.
Well,
I mean-
while you're talking to him, I turn to Gorman and go, "Who the fuck set us off to talk to this guy again?"
Gorbin's just shrugging.
Okay.
And I say, so any particular names by chance you'd like to share with me?
No, I'm sorry, but customer confidentiality, you know.
Oh yeah, and no, totally, I understand, but you have to understand, sir. And I'm gonna try and make some kind of persuasion attempt here, but
Oh,
I'll
boy.
start off with what I say.
Oh, boy, indeed.
I say, we've been investigating these disappearances, and we believe that they are somehow linked to the whole war effort type deal. You see, someone is doing some real nefarious shit, and I know you might not care, but oh sure, they're just picking off the little merchants right now. But what if they start coming for people who are a little bit more armed? You should see these guys. We've tangled with them before. They're real bad sort. So help us help you, eh? All right. Where's my persuasion shit? Hold on.
Oh wait, yeah, God.
This could be
I
really
get
good or really
advantage.
bad.
I'm assisting him with this. I'm assisting him here.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna give me
Yeah, I gotta give you advantage on this because you're gonna fuck it up. And I'm gonna
advantage
inspire
or-
you too. And I'm
You
gonna
give me
inspire
both?
you too. Please God, use the inspiration.
Okay.
I'm like, yes, that'll get him talking.
How does he give me advantage? How does he do that? Because
By
I didn't know that was a
assisting
thing.
By assisting you in the role, basically.
Oh, so we're gonna do bad cop, good cop, or
yes.
bad guard, good guard.
More like him just putting his hand on your
Smelly
shoulder.
Cop, nice cop.
Oh, okay. Jesus. All right, here we go.
And before the person answers,
That's your biggest roll yet?
That is. But I get another what? 1d6.
6, yeah. Holy shit, you knocked it out of the park for you.
14.
Yeah,
that's,
for me.
that's really strong for you.
14. How does that
Fine.
get me?
Ryan had a question. What was that, Ryan?
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking about casting a spell. It's a new spell that I have.
Oh.
Okay,
This
what
is the
spell?
perfect time for it, isn't it?
Be aware that there's a vocal, somatic, and material parts to that spell, so everybody's gonna know you're casting a spell right now.
Unless you stealth cast the spell using sleight of
Oh.
hand.
Boy, I can't wait to see that roll.
Oh, I don't have too bad. I got a +2 on the dex, so I can cast sleight of hand before I cast the spell. Is that what we're doing?
Mm-hmm. But be aware that the DC is higher, the more complicated and the higher level the spell.
All right. So let's try. So if I fail the sleight of hand, they'll just know I'm casting a spell. So that'll be good. Right?
Yeah, but they might know what you're casting if they know anything about magic.
So the spell I'm going to cast, just to let you know, is detect thoughts.
We're about to scorched earth our
Yeah.
reputation here.
It's easy to detect thoughts. You just post on fucking Instagram and they all come flooding in. Alright, for the duration you read,
Yeah, so I'm reading. I'm sorry.
3 alone doesn't speak in language, creatures unaffected. Wouldn't work on Varlin. You initially learn the surface of the
Jesus fucking Christ.
You and me are both getting shit on today.
Succeeds, the spell ends. Either way, the target knows that you are probing into its mind. And unless you shift your attention to
If I
another
try to
creature's
probe-
thoughts, the
Now,
creature can use.
initially, surface thoughts are not detected, but if I try to probe, that's when they can start doing.
Yeah, he wants to get
saving
deep
throw.
in that
Sure.
brain meat.
No, but what
Correct.
I want to do, what I don't want to probe, but I want to do is that during interrogations, because interrogations and questions bring those thoughts to the forefront, to the surface, I can tell what he's thinking during the interrogation.
So you're a
based off
magical
those
lie
questions.
detector,
Yeah. Well,
basically.
lie detector plus I can pull like if he's thinking a name, this is I'm not going to say that name. I should be able to grab that name out of his surface thoughts because it's being brought forward by the question.
Understood. Alright. Constantly use the spell to detect the presence of things. Can't see what it is.
Yeah, I can also use detect if there's anybody around me that we don't know is there, that sort of thing. Presence of other people. So I don't have to be able to see the person.
Mm-hmm.
So I can.
All right,
walk
understood.
I can walk
All right.
outside the inn, cast a spell. This is 120 feet. Right.
Thought it was 30 feet.
Well, it's 30 feet for detecting, searching for thoughts to see if somebody's there or not. But if you look at the actual range of the spell for the specific detect thoughts. If you know the person's there, you can go to 120.
No,
So,
looks
so
good.
I could walk outside, cast a spell. Doesn't matter if it's stealth or not. They're not going to see that casting and still get this information. And he won't know it because I'm not probing.
Theoretically.
Okay. Let's do that then.
That's fancy as shit.
I'll just take a step outside real quick and do that. So that I
Leo's
can
scared.
so that I can get the information when Leitero asks this question with the persuasion and that sort of thing, I can, as long as I'm concentrating, I'll be able to get surface thoughts from all of the conversations he's having to know whether he's lying, if he knows anything more, names, things like that that are being brought forward by the interrogation questions.
Okay. Yep.
I can't wait for the final showdown between Leolar and his nemesis William when he casts that spell on him and asks him, "Why did you stab me?" And he's like, "Because you're a dick."
This whole epic argument is just gonna be over absolutely nothing.
Well, yeah,
All
pretty
this
much.
fighting is just for fuck you, dude. Fuck you, eh? Fuck you, eh?
He's the dick. That's the most
I mean,
All
he
right.
was kind of a dick, but it was like dick recognized dick. You know what I mean?
It's kind of how wars start.
Yeah.
All right, moving
I'm
on.
saying that's not going to happen.
All right. So what exactly do you do?
Me? So I step outside the door, cast the spell.
Right.
Because I know the person's there, I know where he's at. Cast the spell so nobody knows I'm casting it. And then I will sit there and just listen to the thoughts outside the door while they're doing the discussion.
I hope you do all this and then he tells us anyways.
Just have a seat on a stool outside, and and I'll weave it in. All right. What did Leitero ask again with that roll?
What his like high roller clients were. Names, specific names.
Okay. Well, I'm afraid I can't divulge this at this time. Unfortunately, I would put myself in great danger, both financially and physically, by revealing my esteemed clients' personal information.
Oh, but I mean, come on, buddy, come on
Get this
now.
guy
We're
out.
not gonna tell anybody. We are very discreet types, believe it or not.
And outside, Leolar, you can detect his thoughts somewhat. Most of his clients, he thinks of, but he kind of places on the back burner. You can't catch anything solid on them without probing. You know that he does sell a lot of goods, like fine wines, fineries, like rugs, things like that, to the king's nephew, who is one of the main contenders in this war for the throne. That's his forethought.
So he's not thinking
Oh.
of somebody specific that I can't
King's
really say,
nephew is pretty
make sure
specific.
not to say this person because this could really get me in trouble. Other than the king's nephew, he's the foremost fear in his head of
Yeah.
okay, getting found out. Got it.
See, but so like Leolar and Leitero didn't talk about this. I have no fucking clue
Nope,
you're
you
doing this,
Right.
He isn't-
and so I'm probably not gonna delve much deeper. Like
No,
I'm
no.
out of persuasion shit.
You
No,
don't
no,
have that.
we'll coordinate this better next time. This is something that just came.
Yeah,
I
for
can just
certain.
Now do it.
But I'm not gonna keep being like, come on, buddy. You know, I'm not gonna like keep fucking jabbing him in the ribs with my elbow or some shit. Fuck, there was one more thing I wanted to say to him though, and now I can't remember what the fuck it was.
So while you think of that, Gorban's gonna pipe in. Hey, Mr. Rich Guy, you got any jobs you need done? We're a group of people who do jobs. Got any jobs?
He looks to you and scrunches up his face in that look of mild disgust that only rich people can give.
Yes,
Mhm.
And,
Gorban's been there plenty of times.
Says no.
yes, we have. Oh my god.
This is going so well.
Can I just size up the guards real quick and see like if I think I could take them?
Sure.
All right, here comes insight. With a 20.
In a straight up fight, Probably with just you, probably not.
Well,
Definitely
but
not,
the
really.
group of us. What do
The
you think
group
about
as a whole, it's hard to tell. If you ambush them, most likely, yeah.
Okay.
But they
on
do
the
seem
road
professional.
or something? What are we, bandits now?
No, these are just thoughts that Gorbin has. Okay, he's been
So
watching
Leol's
your back.
detecting your thoughts, and Leol's probably like, "Yeah, good going, Corbin. Let's fucking shank these kids. You guys are the fucking murder twins."
This guy probably has a lot of money. I don't know.
Murder hobo.
But no. Over the course of the years, these are thoughts that Gorbin has had to have.
We're pretty much burning our return back, so let's go out with style, right?
No.
Oh God.
Some cash.
No, we haven't completely, like, Quintus is gonna know we broke in there, but I believe we could convince him we had the most noble of intentions when we rummaged through his drawers and things like that.
All thanks to a pathetic apology letter.
yeah.
Yikes.
So, did you manage to think of what you?
Oh yes.
wanted?
I was gonna ask him more about the war, actually, because I like when you I remember that when you said the fucking king's nephew, like we don't really know what the fuck's going on. We've heard there's a war between the houses, but you're saying the throne is up for grabs. So I'm gonna ask him if he can't tell me specific names. Does he know what the main point of contention is? Like what? Fuck, how do I word this? Could he tell me perhaps? No, fuck. He's probably gonna shrug me off here, but I'd ask him who the biggest names in the upcoming conflict are.
Of course. How exactly are you going to word it?
I was gonna ask him. Well, pretty much just exactly what I said. I'd be like, well, who are the big names in this upcoming conflict?
Yes, of course. If you have you not heard, the old king himself is quite sickly, and as such, the throne will be passed on soon. However, a few months ago, his heir, his son, unfortunately, died in very accidental circumstances, and the king decided to, rather than leave the throne to his nephew as his tradition, to announce his heir as his aide and confidant, who served as regent for a short time.
And I go,
This is a point of contention for the houses. The more traditionalists wish for the nephew to rule, but the more pragmatic of the factions believe that the aide and confidant, his advisor, should take the throne, as he is quite competent in matters of state.
and I look at him and I go, yeah. So you say, wow, his son died. How terrible. And you said accidental circumstances, or, and I kind of give him like a wink, accidental circumstances.
No, quite accidental.
And what was the accident, pray tell?
I did not see it myself, but I do believe it was a tournament accident. It lanced the throat, I believe. Quite.
Oh my god. By who?
Oh, his opponent, his cousin, the nephew in line for the throne.
Come on, buddy. You don't think that's a little bit suspicious?
I mean, yes, but if he was going to do it like that, that would be incredibly stupid.
Such is politics.
Perhaps, but then, I mean, it's so easy to write it off as an accident, isn't it? I mean, you're a betting man. Where would you put your money?
I'm not a betting man.
No. Surely you are in some degree. You take risks as a merchant, do you not? Calculated risks.
Calculated risk, really a risk.
So
Perhaps.
the nobles want the nephew to get it, and the merchant lords want the aide to ascend. Did I understand
Are you
that
saying
correctly?
this out loud? Or
No,
like,
no, out of character. I'm just trying to see if I understood that correctly.
no, you don't. He said the more traditionalist of the two factions was backing the nephew, but everybody else was backing the advisor.
Okay.
Right, and so I would ask, who exactly is backing the advisor?
Oh, that would be primarily the newer houses and higher merchants who want the state to continue to run in a smooth fashion. Also, the majority of the populace supports this decision.
Really?
Yes.
I have to ask, what do you think?
Personally, I would favor the advisor myself. He seems quite level-headed.
Is that right?
Yes.
Is the king's nephew not level-headed?
That would not be my place to say, but there are rumors.
Mm-hmm. So he'd be like not level-headed enough to, I don't know, stab his cousin in a tournament. You know, just I'm just throwing it out there. You know?
I know you plebeians understand little of politics, but that is not how things are done.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I'm sure not. Absolutely not. No one's ever assassinated anybody to usurp a throne. No, ridiculous.
Yes.
He can't handle my kitchen. He needs to get out of that heat. So
He's more distracted by the lobster he's eating than anything else.
is that what it is?
excuse me.
Lobster. Where the fuck is? Wait. Where the fuck is he getting lobster from? We're in the middle of a continent, aren't we?
We're not that far from a coast.
Yeah,
we
actually,
weren't
yeah, you're right about that. You're right.
I
I mean, I'm sure, and like magical spells. I'm
My
sorry,
dog's
go ahead.
eating a rug. I gotta let him out.
One of these days is just going to be Riz saying, "Dog's eating me. Got to
Yeah.
gotta take care of this."
So his dog's a rug muncher.
Like that,
Gay dog.
like that one time when he took Riz's pants off.
Yeah, right. Like, is this a house invasion? What is happening?
I'm curious. What
The
I'm
dog is
getting.
gonna make me fucking lose it someday. All right.
So,
Dude,
I'm
the-
curious if there's anything I'm getting from my detect thoughts spell. You know, anything out of what he's already said. Or,
He's being surprisingly straightforward. He thinks that you guys are so unimportant in the grand scheme of things that it really doesn't matter what he tells
And
you.
that is our greatest weapon.
but he
Yeah,
really
our
believes
Inquisition-
that the nephew didn't have anything to.
Yeah, he really does. Basically, from what you can understand, he's thinking. Basically, he's going over in his mind because as a merchant, it's very important. It's very important to understand, like the culture and the traditions of the nobles in a city, especially because a lot of times the bureaucrats who make things happen. And that's not how politics there work. It's like you don't stab somebody in the chest, even though that would be the brutally direct and more effective approach. What you would do normally is try to defame them in court, and eventually force them to retire to their countryside or their estate, and then possibly kill them or slowly erode away at their lands and buy up their businesses. You don't be so confrontational and direct, especially not on a one-to-one basis. You use proxies.
Right, but it was a fucking what do you call it? A tournament, and just oops, I slipped right into the throne. My bad.
He genuinely thinks that it's like that.
I don't care what he genuinely thinks. It's bullshit. This is a cover-up. It's fake news.
So I'm gonna ask him, Mr. Rich, sir, would you be interested in purchasing any seed pods from man-eater plants? Is that anything you trade in?
He raises his eyebrow and pointedly ignores you.
Wow.
And
Leo
what do I
didn't get anything off of that.
What do I
Like he wasn't.
Is he actually intrigued or?
No, he's mildly amused.
Okay, all right.
He does not trade in that.
Okay.
You can sense from Levi's thoughts that he mostly trades in high dollar items like expensive spices, these very expensive wines that he's buying here to sell in the south.
Wait, you trying to say that the pods aren't high-dollar items?
No, not at all.
Really? I thought they were like 100 gold a piece or some shit.
That's not high dollar.
Fair enough.
Way out of our league.
Yeah, I guess I don't really have a good grasp for what makes a lot of gold. You know, I would think like 100 gold pieces for an item that you can just harvest from fucking plants would be pretty decent shit.
That's not a bad question. Like just for our understanding, is a
Yeah.
single gold piece, is it like $1 or is it more? Just so we can get a better grasp of like how prices work in this world.
Didn't that one tavern charge us like 2 gold for that horse piss?
No, that was 2 silver.
2 silver. Oh,
Sorry about the dog. He's just out there. I see him tossing something around. I think it's a glove. He has a dead bird that slammed into the window and died. He's fucking tossing it around like it's a rope toy or something.
Oh man.
Yikes.
So,
yeah, on the value of gold. Well, all right. So the difference in wealth is ridiculously massive. Peasants can scrape by on like a few copper a week, while most mid-class and merchantmen will make several gold a week. But to the high classes, like thousands of gold is basically nothing.
yeah.
Oh
okay.
shit. Okay.
hmm Which is why these estates are like a lot of times the workers are basically slaves.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Fucking peasants.
So, shit. Okay, I've got one more question that I am going to throw at him. And that is, so, I'm just curious, are you selling to one side or are you selling to both sides?
I sell to whoever has the coin.
Fair enough, fair enough. A man without principles, how noble. At this point, I push away from the table and I'm like, all right, thanks for that. And I kind of walk past the one guard and I give him another slap on the ass. I'm like, thanks for setting that up, babe.
How do you like Master Quintus?
Oh, are you still talking to him?
Yep.
He's quite. And you see him searching for the right words while he takes another bite of lobster. Quite detached for one of his wealth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He
Guys.
runs a quite clean operation. I really don't know anything about him. Personally, I know a great deal about many of the houses and the nobles, and clearly he would fall into this category. As you can see, he's quite wealthy, but no one really knows much about him, unfortunately. He's simply a relic of the past.
Yeah. He struck me as being pretty mysterious as well. We're quite good friends with him, as I'm sure you would know.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
in that case, could you do a favor for me?
Absolutely.
Please inform him that in the future I would like to make larger purchases and perhaps set up a large dealer. He has not either seen or refused to communicate with any of my letters so far, but I would simply wish to have a discussion with him, even if he is unreceptive to the idea.
At this point, I kind of like give Gorb an elbow in the thigh, and I'm like, finder's fee. Oh, goodness. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm. 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 How much would it be worth to you to get this close to his ear?
Do you see?
Surely,
you
no,
know.
go ahead. Go.
Surely, you could use with a favor from a merchantman such as myself, yes?
Perhaps. Where would you? I mean,
Leolar
How would you
knows
compare
outside
yourself
that he has
to,
no
Master
fucking
Quintus?
intention of ever paying you.
yeah. Okay. We'll consider it. But I'm done here for today. If anybody else would like to say anything.
So, do you come across any traders that are clearly more in illicit things, like anyone who traffics people?
No, I would never dabble in such things. Please
Are you-
leave me at this
are you
time.
aware of anybody who does so?
Please leave, or my guards will be forced to remove you.
Oh
Corbin
no,
wants to-
Nancy's gonna get us.
It's Corbin's dragging Father Slick away.
I could take you, no problem, Nancy. Come on, sweetheart. You ever want to scrap? You know where to find me. At your mom's house.
When I said that, did Leolar hear anything from this
Probably
guy's
said, yeah.
thoughts?
When you said precisely what?
I mentioned the fucking slave trade.
I mean, he can think of like some merchants that are suspected, but he's not thinking of anyone in particular.
because I mean, in my mind, like, what's more, what's better than fucking kidnapping people is just grabbing people or buying people that are already missing, so there's not extra suspicion to what they're doing. But fuck. Very well. You enjoy your fucking lobster, and I get up and walk away from him.
He smirks and does indeed enjoy his lobster.
I hope he fucking chokes.
Peasant food in this day and era.
We are getting absolutely fucking nowhere.
I think it's time we get out of here. It's time to go.
Yep.
I'm not feeling it anymore, Gorb. The magic is gone. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Agreed. Let's hit the road. Get back on the road.
Before you leave, one of his guards actually approaches you
Oh.
and hands you a slip of paper.
Is it Nancy?
Yes, and he returns to his post.
And
That's-
he handed it to me.
to whichever one of you is closest.
Does it say?
But you guys
"Do
kind of
like me?
decide.
Check this box.
I was hoping that's what it was gonna be.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, no, it does not say that.
So he handed it to Varlin because I was dragging Leitero away.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that would be true.
He's less.
I go, oh my god, of course he's passing notes to Valen. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, fucking shut up. All right.
So
what's-
when's the wedding? I'm
what-
just,
what
just
does the
throwing it
note
out
say?
there.
I start reading it.
Does it say?
Copy of the note, or is it something you can just read? Remember.
You can just read it. It's from Lucius the merchant, and it says, what does it say exactly? Read it in his voice. Regarding your investigation, I have heard of some such rumors up in the north. There is a fellow living in the far western side of the kingdom who has been in trouble before for supposedly unseemly acts, as the church deemed, though no evidence has come out as such. It is merely rumor, though that is all I can offer you.
Oh,
All right, a lead's a lead.
That's something.
isn't that the area that the dwarf was from?
Is it? You said northwest, yeah?
Northwest of your current position in the far western side of the kingdom.
Far western, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure where the mountains are at because I can't see the map.
I'll take you to the map.
Yes, engage.
Map engage.
Let me draw here real quick. So you know that the kingdom related to the free city spans roughly around like here, and it cuts off in the wildlands over here. This is like neutral territory, not owned by anyone. Here on the left.
Oh, okay, so that's where you're drawn. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I totally fucked up on the spelling of Korumtash.
Mm-hmm. And this is kingdom all on its own down here.
You're talking about Sintelfel.
Centelfil.
Sintelfel. Yes, of course.
In the
Looks like
mountains
desert
that the
area.
dwarves live in, is that at the Varahar Mountains, or is that the mountains
Mhm.
which they're on the left? Okay.
Okay, so that's where Quintus's friend is at, is in those mountains right there at the western edge, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe
And
so.
also where this lead is at.
So
He said of the far western side of the kingdom, so your lead is probably somewhere around like here, ish. If you had to
yeah,
guess.
that was what I was thinking too. Okay, all right,
We didn't get that merchant's name, did we?
Lucius.
Yeah, you did, Lucius.
Right. Yes, that's it. He made a big deal of that. Holy shit. Why am I so bad with names? Dude, it's going to be Williams everything all the way down unless you guys pay
Yes.
attention because I'm fucking out of it.
Williams. Just Williams.
Oh,
I can't
Alright.
wait until I forget like the name of a princess and I'm like, ah, yes, Princess Williams.
Goddamn.
all right. Well, let's hit the road back to Grunervault.
Chip, how are our supplies looking?
So we've got about 4 days of supplies to get back to Grunervault. And I think it was what, like a,
It's a 2.
I think it was like
Pick
a,
some up here.
it was like a 2-day trip though, like at tops, I think.
Assuming nothing bad happens at all.
That is not a 2-day trip.
To Grunervault from where we are? I'm not talking about going west. I'm talking about from the vineyards to Grunervault.
Yeah, I know. Like straight path. That's not a 2-day trip.
How
Oh,
much
really?
is it?
Like 4 or 5.
On horseback?
horses?
I mean, unless you want to really push the horses, yeah.
Okay,
Really?
so I strongly encourage us to pick up supplies then
Let me,
before heading out.
yeah, let me double check what we've got.
We haven't been using.
I honestly
them.
thought we'd have like at least a week and a half left.
We haven't been using.
Yeah.
Supplies while we're here. We've been eating at the.
And we've
inns.
been eating. Yeah, exactly.
I thought it only took us 2 days to get to, shit. I thought it took us 2 days to get to,
Yeah.
to the supply cache. Huh. Fuck. I mean, there's not a vendor in the vineyards. I don't know if we can buy supplies here, can we?
Wait, if there's an inn, we can buy supplies. I guarantee you.
That's probably true. Like, this is all about travelers, so we can probably buy supplies.
Let's ask a guard. Fuck it. Let's ask the doorman.
Let's
If,
just ask the dwarf lady, bartender.
I consider that too. Yeah. Okay. Let's ask the bar lady.
Yep, we need to purchase supplies. Holy shit.
So are you gonna talk to her?
Yes.
And while he's doing that, so the merchant and his guards are in the room, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And so as we walk in, I see Nancy, and I like make kissing motions at her, like that. Just walk to the bar. I want to start a fight with this guy. I'm trying real fucking hard.
God. What?
He dissed me. Okay, the first fucking time we tried to talk to the guy, he dissed me. All right, just saying.
I don't know if he did.
He did. He fucking dissed the shit out of me.
Do you even remember
Fucking
what he
brushed
said?
me aside.
This
He
is-
brushed me aside like a fucking peasant.
It's kind of because you are a fucking peasant.
Oh.
That's not the point. That is not the point. I am a man of the cloth, okay? And the sheets, but that's something else.
By
entirely
definition, you
different.
should be a peasant.
Absolutely, but
because
that's not
that's-
the point.
Okay.
We're worse than peasants. We're like wandering peasants. Peasants have like a cardboard box. I have Gorby Jr.
Yeah, you're basically hobos.
Exactly, yeah. But he doesn't know that.
All
He
right,
does.
so give me a
Oh,
dwarf
He
lady.
does.
He
Yeah.
does. He can
that's
smell it
fair.
on you. Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Have you taken a bath since you went through those sewers?
No.
Of
Wait. Yes. Wait. Shit.
No.
No.
I mean, we've
I
gotten
totally
rained on
think
a lot
we
since
did.
then.
No, you haven't.
Yeah,
taken
that
any
does not make
baths.
it better. That does not make it better, Chip. Fuck, you're right. We didn't wash off going out. We washed off coming in.
Yeah, you
Shit.
guys smell like shit.
Did we leave through the sewer?
Yes.
We did.
Yes, we did. Yep, with the escapees.
Yeah.
I guess I should have, made a note to be like, when you go to sleep, wash the shit off you.
At this point, it's sunken in. You're gonna need a good strong bath.
Sweet.
Yeah,
So we'll
you're
just
gonna
do that
need
at
to
the
be
end
washed
before we
by
leave.
several ladies, probably.
Yeah, we'll just do that at
Perhaps,
the end
yeah.
before we leave. That'd be fine.
Oh, we'll do it at Grunervault. We apparently have a week of travel to go through, so we might as well just keep stinking.
True enough. And no
I
wonder
mean,
the
to
elf
be,
lady
to be
doesn't
honest,
like
I didn't even notice it.
me. You think?
Kinda how it was.
Probably because
I
you
don't
smell
smell
just like
nothing.
he does.
So, hello, dwarf lady. Very kind matron.
yes. What can I
Hello, wonderful lady. I was wondering, we're about to set off on some traveling. I was wondering if it was possible to purchase supplies such as rations and firewood here.
I'm afraid that we can't sell any supplies or firewood right now. We're still waiting for the supply carts themselves to come from the city.
So I haven't. I haven't
We've put in
stopped
an order, but
concentrating.
they're a few weeks late.
I
It,
haven't
la-
stopped-
it lasts a minute, Leo. Like, you're long gone on that.
Yeah,
I thought it was
you're long
it's a
gone.
concentration spell.
For a minute.
Yeah, for a minute. Yeah, that's it.
I'd get like 10 seconds out of that spell then. Jeez. So then I would be like, oh, madam, please. I don't know how scarce the supplies are, but we have a very important trip to make south. It is imperative that we have supplies for this trek. Surely you wouldn't send us out there hungry. I'm begging you. We have good coin, I promise you.
Yes, but we must feed the workers. We've already sold everything that we can afford to, you know.
And I would never want to put you out. It's okay. It's okay. I look down at Father Slick. It's okay. We're gonna be okay, buddy.
We'll be fine. We can.
Yeah, all right, go up. Maybe. Yeah.
We can eat Gorby Jr. if we need to.
No. I will feed one of you to Corby Jr. first.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm sorry. I didn't
That's
I
a
didn't
little
actually
fucked
mean
up,
that.
eh?
I just I'm sorry.
All right. Well, let's get out of here. Let's
Yeah,
hit the road.
Let's get out.
I think we have overstayed our welcome.
I got a feeling we're going to be going
Mhm.
north after this. So
Mm-hmm.
the only reason going back to Grunervald
well, yeah.
is just to get his armor. That is the only reason.
Yeah. Correct. And well, I guess we'll pick up more supplies there. How far away are we from Corum Tash or whatever the hell it's called?
It looks like we're halfway between both.
Yeah, it looks
So-
equidistant. It does.
So I'm saying Grunervald, get the armor, talk to Lady Inquisitor, see if there's anything new there.
And we can tell her what we found.
And
We'll buy some jacked up fucking prices on supplies because everyone knows the war's coming. So that shit's gonna run us a lot. How much gold do we have?
so I haven't divvied out what we got from Quintus yet. So you have what you have plus 65 gold.
Okay.
So we're okay.
Okay.
That's good that we're not broke and dying anymore.
And I'll divvy that out to you once we get back to the horses and get on the road. So we'll just say that I've done it.
So how far away is this other guy he mentioned, or the note said?
He's way out
Quite a
there.
ways away, yeah.
Okay, are we
Basic-
planning on going to meet him now, or what's?
Excuse me, fellows. You said that you were traveling, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I would be very wary of heading south as we're moving into the storm season, and you wouldn't want to be caught outside in one of those.
Oh, any idea of like how long before we really get into that?
About a day when the
Oh.
official season starts.
How
So wait,
bad are
is there
these
just
storms
a
that we're
season where
talking?
people don't travel?
Wait a
fuck?
minute. No. Wait. This fucking merchant dude's heading south to sell wine, though. When the
Yeah,
fuck
wait,
is he
what?
going? I'm gonna ask him about that.
You need to
uh,
have like wagons or like big wooden structures
we
to
have a
hold up these
wagon.
things.
So I'm gonna ask Dwarf Lady about do they happen to sell cold weather gear here, like heavy cloaks or anything?
I'm afraid we don't sell such things. You'll have to find somewhere else. I'm sorry.
Okie doke.
Yeah, cold doesn't bother me.
It's not that they're too cold. It's that the winds will strip the skin right off your bones if you're out in the open.
What?
Not in a literal sense,
What the
mind. She
fuck
says
No.
when she,
Oh, yeah.
she sees the look on
I hate it
Lytero's
here
face.
now.
It's not that bad, but
It's
you
the
will have to
worst.
beware of flying debris in the storm. It's quite common.
Oh my
Getting
god.
I mean,
caught in the
we've all
face with
got
a small
massive dex
tree
scores,
is-
right? So
It's quite unpleasant.
I don't like this place anymore.
God. What?
do
I
have
have
very
no
big
fear.
guns.
I was in an alligator's mouth.
Why do
Not
the
my choice, mind.
All right. Well, I don't know.
I say we fucking do it anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like going.
I need
getting
that
back-
armor.
The fates seem very heavily against us on going back to Grunervald, but I really want to go back to Grunervald.
Mm-hmm.
You guys don't happen to sell wagons, do you?
I'm afraid we don't sell them officially, but we might have a spare around that we could give to you.
I got a
Oh,
feeling there's
Really?
something wrong with this wagon.
Yes.
How much is the wagon?
I'll have to ask.
Okay.
And, she gets one of the servers to. She gets one of the servers to. She gives him a message, and they run out off
Okay.
to do some business or other.
Let the dog in real fast.
Okay. I need a bio real quick, so I will be back as well.
Okay.
So we're going to go to Grinnerville just to pick up your armor, right?
Yeah, and stock up on supplies. Might as well.
But
Well, I mean, if we went to another town, we could stock up on supplies there.
yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
what I'm saying. We could go to.
And we need to talk to Lady Inquisitor.
I suppose we could. Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't know if we need to talk to her. We haven't really got anything to tell her. I mean, not too much, and concrete.
We have a lead up in the mountains. That's what we'll tell her.
Yeah. I just don't know if it's worth 8 days out of our way.
Dog's just being a massive pain in my ass today. All right. Well, technically, it would be 16 days out of your way. Or, no, it's more like 10 days out of your way, back and
Yeah.
forth. And
But
then
we
you have
gotta
to
do
travel
it.
north afterwards as well, assuming that's what you want to do.
Yeah. Hey, more random encounters. Buck up.
I mean, why do you think you have to?
I mean, the cold doesn't.
Our
bother me.
armor is there.
It doesn't affect
Yeah.
me, but it'll affect you guys. So.
We'll bundle up. I've got druid craft.
I'll
I
just
can
walk-
craft druids.
I'll walk around in a G-string for fun. That'll be good.
Oh.
What was that?
That was repulsion in a sound.
Repulsion in a sound.
I've
Nice.
got a 19 charisma. I look good in a G-string.
Yikes. All right, so yeah. All right. So shortly afterwards, do you guys just want to wait around for a few minutes? Do you want to talk more or what?
Yeah, we'll just wait.
I'm like, Leitero is sick as shit of this place. But we have to wait for the wagon. So, I don't know. I'd rather just, like, wait, bide our time, and then grab this wagon, fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yep, we should wait.
After a few minutes, the human guard, the woman who's missing a finger, comes into the inn and motions you guys over and points out the door where your wagon is waiting for you.
Oh.
Does Varlin Highforder?
Yeah, I was about to. I was gonna make something of that. I was gonna kind of nudge toward her and be like, "Wow, I don't even know how to approach this." How'd you lose your finger?
She just kind of tilts her head at you.
Okay, so I hold up 10 fingers. I'm like, "This is how many most people have." And
Gorban's
then
just
I
gonna
remove like the fucking finger. I'm like, "How this bad happen?"
Gorban's gonna smack the back of Father Slick's head and,
Ow! What the fuck? What?
ma'am, I am
what
so
is-
sorry for this guy. What do we owe you for the wagon?
She holds out her hand as if to say, no need, and shakes her head.
Oh, okay.
What? They're
We have
giving
never-
us a
You have
wagon.
a tongue?
We have never heard her talk, have we?
No, you haven't.
Yeah. See, I was thinking maybe she's mute. So.
Interesting.
No. I'm not gonna drop this. Hold on a second. I'm like, "Bam, can you not talk?"
She seems like both confused and a little bit annoyed by this.
I'm like, "Man, did you used to have a voice, or have you never been able to talk?" I'm just curious.
She pulls down her chainmail to show you a very, very nasty scar that wraps around the side of
Oh
her neck.
Jesus! Oh my God!
Fucking Christ.
I mean, wow! Oh wow! Guards with scars, though they're the most feared. Holy shit!
She did flash you, though. I mean, there's a positive.
A little bit.
Oh yeah, that neck. Oh,
Yeah.
it's that good shit.
For Leitero,
Corbin's
Every
shaking his
hole's
head,
a goal,
apologizing
just
to the
saying.
guard, and shoving Father Slick out the door towards the wagon. What kind of wagon are we looking at here?
It looks like a very, very old passenger wagon.
Okay.
It's got seats on both sides. It's meant to be pulled by 2 or up to like 4. It has attachments more than that, but at least 2 horses, mules, whatever the hell you want to put up there.
Perfect.
Okay, where's the dwarf guard at? The one who stands by with the other lady.
He's standing at the door as usual.
Can I like kind of shoulder up to him and be like, dude, how the fuck did you get that scar?
Oh, you're asking me, fellow? She's you're talking about Marie, right?
Yeah, I believe me,
How
I'd
many
ask her,
fucking
but I
guards you
feel
have
like
with cuts around their necks?
I just
Two
feel like
actually.
it would
We
be
got
a-
two of them.
Wait, what?
Wait,
What?
Yeah. The one's one doesn't prohibit from speaking. One's just strictly aesthetic, sort of.
How did they get the
I-
scars on their necks? Why are there
I
two
mean,
of them?
the
with
other one
scars?
has scars all over the place, so it doesn't really matter.
I guess, but why? How did it happen, though?
Oh, I don't know. She's just a stray Quintus brought in off the streets one day. Does her job well, though.
But she can't talk.
No, not a word. Friendly enough, though, once you get to know her.
She certainly is.
Gorbin's hitching up the horses to the wagon.
So we put
Just
three
between you
horses
and
on
me,
the-
lad.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
suspect she may not be strictly an upstanding citizen considered by the standards of all the nations, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, lesbian, totally get you.
That's not what.
I knew
No,
it.
you said it enough. You've said it enough, and
fucking
I'll
knew you were
nudge
gonna
him
say
and I
some
wink.
shit
I'm
like
like,
that.
I get you.
You have a good day, sir.
You too.
He seems absolutely confused beyond belief.
That's
As he
usually
should.
how we leave everybody.
You see him. He pulls out his flask and like checks inside to see how much is in there.
All right, so we're gonna have
that boy. Tell you what.
3 horses hooked up to the wagon, and so the other wagon, or the wagon we've had hitched up to Gorby Jr. that's been carrying our supplies. There's no way to like hook that up to the back of this passenger wagon, is there?
Not and have it still move anything beyond a very slow walk.
Okay, that's what I figured. So we're gonna have to leave Gorby Jr. with that cart and everybody into.
I don't know
Into
why
the-
you got a second wagon. You already have one.
Well,
I think
I was
the
under
thought
I was
this
under the
one's
impression
better.
that this would give us some protection against the elements.
Yeah, I thought it was like an upgraded wagon. You know, it's like fucking Zelda. You got the sword, and then you got the next sword that breathes fire, and then you got the next one that breathes water or some shit.
So wait, does this wagon breathe fire?
God, I hope so.
No,
So it
Is
is
this-
in no way
No.
different from our current wagon.
I mean, the last one was for cargo. This one is for passengers.
Alright, so
Is it
But where are we
covered?
gonna put our cargo at then? Wait, do we have cargo?
Yes,
What is it?
Well, all
Uh,
your stuff that you carry, but
food,
you
tents,
can leave that
firewood.
mostly on the horses, mostly.
Yeah, I figured. And not to mention we can put it in our laps or some shit as we're walking or riding around, or so. Wait. Yeah, but then what the fuck are the horses gonna do? How many people can this wagon carry?
Probably 9 to 10.
What?
God damn.
Inside?
It's just 2 benches on each side. It's not covered.
It's not.
Oh, it's
covered.
not covered.
Fuck.
No.
well, then it's not gonna do us anything.
It
Would
does,
we
however,
be able?
have 2 large wooden beams inside that are attached by a hinge.
Mhm.
You assume that the way you're supposed to set it up, if you want to use it for shelter, is to like just
Yeah.
brace it against something with the large wooden beams that fold out.
Right. So I was about to ask if we could jerry rig this shit to maybe put like a tent over it or something, so it would have a covering.
Mm-hmm. As long as it's facing the right direction, you'll be fine.
So we can kind of
Which
use
direction
it as
is
a
the right
lean-to.
direction?
So we can use it as a lean-to when we're camping for a night.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess it does have value then.
Yeah, unlike the rest of you.
Yep.
Hey, I don't think
I
you
don't
need
get
to
why
go
the
there.
DM is such a dick to us. It hurts my
I'm
feels.
sorry,
man.
I'm just tired. I've had a long weekend.
It
That's
hurts my
true.
fucking feels, man.
Dog destroyed my favorite sandals. Fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, well, our dog destroyed one of my fucking MP3 players back when they were like really fucking expensive. So no empathy just yet, or sympathy
Wow.
just yet.
Yeah,
No,
wow.
Yeah,
none?
he
Fuck you, I
chewed the
guess.
shit out of it.
That should have invoked.
You don't understand? It was brand new. Like, I hadn't
Was this
taken
one
it out
this
of the
is
fucking
like the
case
early
yet.
2000s when MP3 players
Yes,
were actually worth
correct.
something?
Correct.
Oh
yes,
shit,
exactly.
so that would have been a really big ticket item.
Yeah, it fucking sucked.
All right, so fuck it. We're taking the wagon, hitching the horses up. Gorby Jr. is just gonna have to pull the cart behind, unless we can. Can we fit our shit into this wagon?
You probably could, but it wouldn't be as comfortable.
I don't care about comfort. I care about survival. I will put whatever shit. Also,
just take Gorby with us.
can. What about Gorby Jr. 1 and 2, or 2 and 3 even?
I'm sure they.
What are
can
they
fit.
up to?
Oh, I'm asking, can they fit in this wagon with us? Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It fits like 9 to 10 people comfortably.
I don't know how
You
big they
guys
are. They're
are
big
only, like,
dogs. Just
4.
saying.
They're big dogs, but
Yeah, and
they
also
still
like
won't take up
dogs.
the
You know
spots
how
of, like, 4
dogs like
people.
always like they could though. Like
They
the
somehow manage
way
to take up
dogs
more
flop
space
around.
than they should.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
yeah. You
what I'm
guys
worried
should still
about.
be fine though.
Okay.
They'll fit, not comfortably, but they'll fit along with the rest of your stuff.
All right, so we're gonna ditch our current cart, throw everything into the wagon, and go like that.
Should we just offer it to these people and be like, "Hey, trade in. There you go."
I think that's probably kind of how it works. Then somebody else needs a cart can take that one. So,
Sure.
Exactly.
Yep.
so we just
Who
have
knows?
to-
Maybe when all of us die, the
Free.
second bunch of adventures we pull through here might fucking need a cart.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just
Alright, so
saying.
whoever the Inquisitor hires to come find what happened to us.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so that's what we're gonna do. I'll tell one of the guards, hey, we're gonna leave our other cart here for you guys. You know, pay it forward or whatever, and we're gonna hit the road. And I guess we're going north now.
Well,
Is
we
that-
want to go south to get the armor. Is that what we're talking about? Because that's why we're getting the stuff with the covering, so we can go through the cold.
Me and Latro want to go south, but if you guys are trying to talk us out of it, along with Fate is also trying to talk us out of it. I mean, I can be persuaded to
Like I
not go
said,
back south.
I'm not too worried about the cold myself, but it's up to you guys.
I'm worried about
Cold.
not having my armor. I need the armor. Wind. Yeah, exactly. Wind. It's about the wind.
It's like a hurricane, you know?
Yeah, or a tropical storm, most likely.
Whatever.
Fucking hurricane season.
So do we just want to flip a coin? I mean, what's the plan here?
I
Try to
want
make
my
it-
armor. I need it to survive, and you
We're going
guys
south.
need me to survive. Ergo, I think we should
Why
get
is
it.
armor the first thing on the list? Like let's get this
Because
and then go
because
back.
here's the deal, right? Like here's the deal. I am fucking tiny. Most armor doesn't fit me. So even if we do find like some sweet fucking armor that I could use, I can't use it because I am a small.
Petite.
All right, we're going south.
When will they learn?
We're going south.
South it is. All right. All right. So you strike out.
Traveling
Traveling once again. I'll swap to traveling music if you so insist.
We do.
That's the wrong thing.
Was it like Twilight Zone by a golden earring? That would be good. Very red song.
All right. So you guys get back on the road once again. Since you've decided to travel south at the beginning of the hurricane season. If you want to, you can roll knowledge checks, know more about this, more about the geography, more about the seasons, whatever you so desire.
I would like to roll nature on that. Can I do that?
Sure.
Gorbin is going to roll a survival check as well.
Oh
for
yeah,
that.
wait. I have a thing. I have a thing that tells what the weather's gonna fucking be like for the next day.
Oh, yeah,
we
your
used it once
Druidcraft.
before.
That's
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
It's big.
Hold on.
It's
1,000 dicks will rain from the sky.
a little scene of fire and brimstone appears in your hand. Like, oh fuck, man, apocalypse tomorrow.
I want to say, is it thaumaturgy? Hold
No,
on.
it's Druidcraft.
Is it the Druidcraft? Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. Yeah, you create a tiny, harmless sensory effect that predicts the weather will be at your location for the next 24 hours. The effect might manifest, etc., etc. So I will cast Druidcraft.
Okay. You cast Druidcraft, and in your hand there is a puff of mist. a mist which decides to float down and cover the floor around you in a small radius before dissipating.
Gonna
So-
be foggy.
Could be foggy, could be misty.
Okay. Okay. So I suppose we should have a torch prepared then. For that. Might help us see a bit.
We've got lanterns. We've got like 3 people that love casting light. I think we'll be okay.
Sounds good. Sounds good. That's true. Oh yeah, that's right. I have fucking light. Oh my god.
I've got this hooded
I'm
lantern.
gonna create
I've not
I'm
needed
gonna
it
create
yet.
some headlights. It's gonna be great.
You just make the front 2 horses just fucking
Yeah.
glow.
Yeah, exactly. Why wouldn't you do that? I mean, I think they're bigger than it's allowed, but I could take like fucking Varlin does that shit with the mage hand and the spotlight. I could basically do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get on the road then.
We're
Just be
rolling.
some mist, guys. Just be some mist. That's fine.
Hey, so we could probably continue on the road and just each of us, catching our sleep while one person drives, right? We don't need to stop for night. Just keep going if we got lanterns.
Well, the horses.
I don't know if that would make us well rested and
Well, we
also
just
the
stop
animals.
every
Yeah.
once in a
Do
while.
we want to be trying to travel during the night on a fucking road that is known to have bandits on it?
As well as hurricanes.
Yeah, that's unfortunately that's not an option. The horses need rest as well.
Yeah.
For your minute ago, Riz, when you told us to make rolls about thinking about this nature season, is survival a relevant roll? Like I rolled an 18 for it up there, but I don't know if that actually helps with this.
Yeah, that's relevant.
Okay. I rolled an 18.
All right. What do you know? All right. You know that these storms are pretty much always based in the water. So the further inland you are, most likely the safer you are. So any time around like this area here, and particularly the town itself of Grunerwald, are going to be hit particularly hard by any storms that come through. So you probably won't have to worry too much for a few days.
Okay.
Oh, and how short did you want to make the session today?
Oh, we still got another hour and a half.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
All right. So. All right, so you begin traveling south as usual. Do you want to check the weather every day, or is there anything you want
Yes,
to do?
that
Otherwise,
is
I'll just be going
exactly-
through.
Yes, I'll be doing weather every day.
Well, if you check it at
After we
night,
wake
you know
up.
it's going to be the next day.
It's 24 hours,
Right.
so
Probably at night would be a good idea. Give us an idea what
I
the
would
next
think
day
the
is.
morning would be a good idea.
I mean,
Right?
you can do both.
Like-
You can just do both.
Yeah, I think either or would be fine. It's a cantrip, so it's not like I'm gonna run out of the shit.
Mm-hmm. All right, so everything proceeds as normal. The weather's fine. It's foggy, rainy, disgusting as the season is. You haven't seen the sun in a few days, and it's making you all a little bit sad. The dogs don't seem to mind though, because you notice that they occasionally, dig around into your packs and eat stuff that they shouldn't. But
Oh,
they're
God.
dogs, so that's what they do.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
This dog. Gorby 2 just ate my sandals.
God, I hope you eat your fucking G-string too, just not while you're wearing it.
How many doggos do we have?
We have
Two.
two.
Sorry.
3 if you include Leitero.
Okay, wow, that is
No, we
fucked
just-
up.
It's just
Although
every day.
there are worse things I could be compared to than a dog, like peasants, for example.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
So, so
Imagine how bad it must feel to be less intelligent than a fish. Like if you're a peasant and you go to an aquarium, like finally the circus is moving through town. Your one chance of joy out of the whole year when you're not busy working the local lord's fields, and there's a fucking fish there that tells you how stupid you are. That's gotta feel bad.
It was pretty brutal.
These are things that hurt your feelings.
All right, so consume 3 days worth of rations and firewood if you want to light fires to not be exhausted.
Yes. So, okay, 3 days coming off. I'm going to have to. So we're down to final day. So I'm going to have to make an attempt to find more rations and firewood.
I think we can get to the
How far out are we from Grunerwald?
It looks like a day.
Yeah, it is the night right now. and and you expect to reach Grindelwald next evening, probably afternoon. However, Leitero, upon checking his weather calculator, unlike the mist and the rain of the days before, you summon it and there's a large gust of wind that blasts you right in the face, and a small twig bounces off your forehead. So you can gather it might be a little bit stormy.
And since that is the case, I tell Gorb that perhaps it would be best if we rummaged for supplies, if you want to like forage for whatever you want to call it, food or whatever. We should do it tonight because tomorrow might not be great for that.
I was thinking the same thing. We might have to hunker down tomorrow, so we should take care of that tonight. So I can go out hunting if you want to do foraging for fruits and berries, twigs and berries.
I think we should go together, you and me, while the other two sit and watch the camp.
Okay.
All right.
You're probably gonna have to take off your armor if I'm gonna try and hunt anything.
True enough. That is true enough. Let me think about this.
Gonna need you quiet.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm trying to think of if I could just stay 20 yards from you or some shit like that and be fine, and kind of just rummage stuff and just keep an eye on where you're going and try and gravitate towards that area.
I don't think so.
No. Don't want to take my fucking armor off. That's weird. He likes having it on. All right. He's getting better armor soon. Oh yeah.
What are you wearing? You're wearing scale mail right now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, if that's the case, then I will not go with you. I will forage for berries.
Well, I mean, so for right now, we can just go out and look for berries, and I can hunt later, ish.
Okay.
Like if you want to go out and chat.
No, we're not a couple of old wives, Chip.
I mean, that's what I thought we were doing.
No. I just don't like splitting the party, pretty much.
You guys don't break off and have a little talks, checking on each other, how you see how each other's doing.
I mean, we do have to
we
go through.
Are at a level that we don't need that shit.
But we do have to follow Miris's daily rituals of the cleansing.
I have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay.
Anyways, Gorban's gonna go out and try and hunt.
All right, now we'll look for berries. Oh, I have that berry knowledge notes too, so I can get the best berries and avoid the worst berries.
Nice.
Yeah, okay.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Yeah, go ahead and roll survival if you want.
All right, goddamn right I will.
Here comes my hunt and survival. Ooh, 23.
So what are you doing? You're hunting?
Yeah, I'm hunting for game.
All right. You don't find an awful lot since it seems to be most of the larger animals are they're hiding in preparation for the storm because they know it's coming.
I was worried about that.
What you do find a lot of though is small game like rabbits and squirrels and things like that. So you do get a few rabbits and a squirrel.
Cool.
Tony.
And Leitero, using his extensive knowledge that he's learned of the local berries and other flora, has found a large group of blueberries, actually.
Yeah.
Good job. You guys have an extra, 4 days of rations if you decide to
Nice.
dry the meat.
Absolutely. Wait, how long does it take to dry the meat?
Not very long, because it's very small strips. You can do it over a fire in one night if it's covered.
Yeah, perfect. We'll do that. So adding 4 days of rations.